personally create, even without any professional telling you. That's one secret about creating security tips. You understand? So, but my definition of security is that security is the sum total of everything. Now, having said that, let me give security tips for protecting children. So, security tips for protecting children. Number one, teach them to be conscious. Teach children to be conscious of everything around them, their environment, their school, their friends. You understand? Teach them to be conscious. Now,
teach children to be conscious, eh?
Yes, teach children to be conscious. Then teach them emergency numbers. Teach children emergency numbers, whether in their schools or anywhere. Teach them emergency numbers. Children remember more in time of emergencies than adults because they are not thinking about paying rent. So they have enough brain, enough space to remember a whole lot. So teach them those things, and I tell you, during emergency they remember those numbers than you. Then teach them how to say no. You see, no is a very big part of security tip. If you know how to say no, you save yourself from a lot of things. A lot of girls have been raped because they could not say no to peer pressure. Let's go to this party, to this guy asking you out, you cannot say no. You just feel like you don't feel like disappointing anybody. Go and buy me this. I'm sorry, sir, I can't go. They don't know how to say no. They feel like they don't want to make anybody feel bad. You know, they have this moral standard, and elder and this. My brother, no means no. Learn it. If you know how to, even you as an adult, there's the power in no. Not everybody can say no. Some people can, they are saying no in their mind, but physically they will just accept it.
So teach
and
them
that's
how
how
to
problem
say.
comes. So teach your children how to boldly say no without feeling bad. You understand me? If our leaders in Nigeria were taught how to say no, we will not have this problem today. But most times they can't say no. That's the problem. No. So teach them what to hide in their body, in life and school. What to hide in their body, private parts and all those things. So they should always make sure it's covered. Teach them what to hide in life, their plans and some other things. Teach them what to hide in school. There are things they should hide in school. You understand me? It's not everything you do in school. When schools consult me for security and I talk deeply about this thing I just said now, parents always like shout. You understand me? There are things that children need to hide. Children need to hide parental information. Children need to hide what happens in their homes with regards to wealth, gifting, and progress, vacations. Children need to learn to hide those stuffs. Not everybody is happy to hear you progressing. Then enroll them for self-defense classes. This is the Buruburu one of them. Enroll them for self-defense courses. You understand me? When they are enrolled in self-defense courses, you find out that your children will be wonderful because 95% of rape wouldn't have actually happened if those ladies had basic self-defense training. Because when you do those self-defense courses, they teach you how to keep someone partially paralyzed for some time. They teach you so many things. So and rape is not actually an easy thing. It's even difficult for one person to rape one person. You understand? So, but if you have these additional skills, it will help you. You can be able to protect yourself in certain instances. You understand me? So enroll your daughters in Nigeria more for self-defense classes instead of ballet classes. Because in Nigeria now, ballet need a sell. Self-defense go walk past. I'm telling you, I've seen the kind of bandits that kidnap people, and these are people that if people are trained, they can disarm them. I've seen how the bandits handle their rifles. Most of them don't handle it very professional. If you have been trained with arm drill, if you have done arm drill, you will understand. Most of them don't handle the rifle professional, but they know, of course, everybody can pull a trigger. Everybody is easy to cock a rifle, put the magazine there, load the bullets and load the ammunition in the magazine, put it there. Those things are very easy. In fact, they are the easiest part of handling a weapon. But how to handle a weapon professionally so that someone can't easily disarm you, those things, I'm not sure they have those kind of training. Now, those are advanced trainings for true special force, so not this one that is wearing SF everywhere. The real special forces training, you learn how to handle your ammunition. You understand me? So so those things, if they learn very good self-defense, they can disarm people, you know. So that's where I'm going to end. We have a lot of it, but I'm going to end here on a security tip for children. Then I'm going to focus now on school security tip a bit before I go. Under the school security tip, number one, build a threat analysis based a threat analysis, and based on it create a basic security review. That's what schools should do. They should build a threat analysis, and based on it create a basic security review. You understand me? And this threat analysis, call people like us who will look at your school, analyze things that has happened in the past years and the current experiences you have. You don't need to have security risk for you to analyze it. No. When you finish everything, then we can analyze it for you, and then based on the analysis create security measures. You review your security. Now, but let me tell you the basic one everybody should be able to review. That is very easy. Number one thing you review is your access control. Access control is key.
Who gains access to the school?
Yes, not just who gains the access, how they gain the access.
Okay.
There are some companies you go, they have a proper gate for vehicle, then they have a smaller gate for other persons. That is not even near the big gate. They build a total different place where you walk with leg, the screening is high. In fact, some places depend on their access control. If you are carrying more than one person, the person will drop and go and access that other entrance for the foot. Only the driver moves in, and then they do. So it depends on their security review. While there are places where one gate is suitable for everybody. You understand me? So all these things, a professional will charge you good money. It's not free, my brother. We will charge you good money, but it's for your own safety. You know? Then, access control. 2, continuous intelligence gathering must be reviewed. You must be able to gather intelligence, and how they gather in that intelligence is important. For example, you must be able to gather intelligence within your school. Know which teacher is bullying children. You must be able to know how teachers are. Those are intelligence. You call it feedback, but they're intelligence. You gather intelligence. Know which security man is doing anyhow at the gate, and it's possible to take bribe. You have to know all these things. Know whose parents. There are ways you do all these things, you know. So I don't want to go deep into that one. That one is a bit sensitive when we teach it when we talk to school owners on that. Then, depending on your standard and your level and the grade of pupil students you have there and their personality, you might consider armed guard or unarmed guard based on this review too.
Okay.
Now, there are places, you see the caliber for that school there and all of that. You consider armed guard in addition to your gatekeepers, you know, and other things. While there are places where if you even have the armed guard, after the review, you'll be advised to let them go. Because there are sometimes the armed guard pose more security threats to you than secure you. Why? For example, election is coming. A lot of people are looking for weapons, and most weapons they will have to get it from these armed personnel who are not on guard. Attack them when they are not on guard, kill one or two and cut away with their guns. You've heard stories like that. Good. Now, if you have armed men when you're not supposed to, where you're not supposed to have armed men, or if you have armed men and they are not well prepared and kept where they should be,
you're not on alert.
Yes. So you may just have stray bullet that day. Because the armed man will defend his gun with his life, because it's more important to him in his service than his life. You see? So you might just have one stray bullet hitting one people. Nobody wants to do justice for anybody again, please. So please, these are the things your consultants should be able to tell you with reasons. And then have an emergency number and link with authorities for quick response. Every school is supposed to have a relationship with the closest police station and keep them on